Let me begin with a truth that has changed the lives of men and women across every age, every culture, and every walk of life. Thoughts are things, not hollow echoes in the mind, but real, powerful seeds of creation. And when mixed with purpose, faith, and desire, they become the building blocks of success, wealth, and destiny. You were not born to drift. You were not placed on this earth to merely survive. You were designed to think, and to grow rich in every sense of the word. What does it take? It begins with a burning desire, not a wish, not a hope, a white, hot obsession with your goal. You must want success like a drowning man wants air. You must see your dream so vividly that reality begins to shift in its direction. Desire is the starting point, but desire alone is not enough. Next comes faith, belief in yourself, belief in the process, belief in the invisible forces at work. Repeat your goals daily, visualize your success. Speak as if it has already been achieved. The subconscious mind does not question, it obeys. Now, plant your desire in the soil of your mind with autosuggestion. Feed it daily. Affirm your worth, your power, your mission. Speak life into your goals, for the words you repeat are the blueprint of the future you will build. Then back your dream with specialized knowledge, not general education, but precise, focused learning in your chosen field. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. Read, learn, question, and associate with those who know what you must learn. You must also engage the power of imagination. It is your workshop. It is your gateway to innovation, vision, and new pathways. Every fortune ever built started with a single idea sparked in the mind of someone bold enough to imagine. But imagination without organized planning is chaos. You need a strategy, a step-by-step plan carried out with persistence and adjusted when necessary. No plan is perfect, but inaction is failure in disguise. As you walk this path, surround yourself with a mastermind group, a circle of minds aligned with your vision. Power is multiplied when joined with others. Do not walk this road alone, and when challenges come, and they will come, meet them with persistence. The world steps aside for the one who keeps going. Temporary defeat is not failure. It is life's way of testing your resolve. Watch your mind, guard it, direct it, master it, because your dominant thoughts will shape your reality. Fear, doubt, and negativity must be cast out and replaced with purpose, power, and faith. You must understand the power of the subconscious mind. It listens always, every word, every emotion, every belief. It absorbs them all and works day and night to create circumstances that match. Feed it hope, courage, love, confidence, and it will feed you miracles. And never forget the force that binds all achievement, decision. The successful are decisive. They choose quickly and change slowly. The unsuccessful waver, hesitate, and second guess. Indecision breeds fear. Decision builds momentum. All riches begin in the mind. They are the result of thought, backed by belief, intensified by desire, and sustained by action. Poverty and failure are also the children of thought, wrong thought, weak thought, drifting thought. So what will you choose to think? This is the truth that transforms ordinary men into leaders, visionaries, and giants of industry. You become what you think about, so think great, think bold, think rich in mind, in spirit, and in life. And then go out into the world and grow rich. Thoughts are living forces, silent architects that shape the contours of a person's destiny. The treasure or tragedy of any life is first drafted in the invisible workshop of the mind. Picture a seed buried beneath fertile soil. Though unseen, it drinks in every drop of water and particle of sunlight, silently gathering power until it breaks the surface in triumphant bloom. So, too, every fortune, every triumph, every work of genius begins as an unseen idea, nursed and nurtured within the secret chambers of thought. To acknowledge this is to grasp the first great law of abundance. You cannot earn out, perform, or build the quality of your dominant thinking. Consider for a moment the difference between wishing and thinking. A wish is a passing cloud, pretty, but powerless. Thinking is the deliberate harnessing of mind, a disciplined effort to mold the raw clay of possibility into a definite form. The individual who refuses to let his mind drift, who selects his thoughts with the same care a jeweler selects diamonds, establishes a mental blueprint that compels reality to conform. There is no magic here, only law. Thought, charged with emotion and faith, becomes magnetic. It draws to itself people, circumstances, and opportunities aligned with its nature. Harbor thoughts of limitation and lack, and you will encounter confirming evidence at every corner. Harbor thoughts of increase, enterprise, and service, and the world will echo back those very qualities. This is why clarity is power. Vague, hazy thinking yields vague, hazy results. Decide precisely what riches mean to you: freedom, contribution, material wealth, mastery of a craft. And then hold that vision with unwavering intensity. Write it, speak it, see it. Flood the subconscious with images of the life you choose, until those images burn like a brand upon your heart. The subconscious mind, impartial and tireless, will seize upon the pattern you impress and work day and night to translate it into physical form. Yet thought alone is not enough. It must be fused with purpose and propelled by action. Imagine two wires, one is thought, the other is action. Separately they are harmless, together they generate a spark capable of lighting an entire city. Right thinking sets direction, right action provides propulsion. When thought and action march in harmony, backed by burning desire, they become an unstoppable current driving you toward your vision. Guard, therefore, the gates of your mind. Stand sentinel against fear, doubt, envy, and every parasite of progress. Replace them with faith, courage, gratitude, and expectancy. Feed your mind daily with uplifting ideas, just as you feed your body nourishing food. Read biographies of great achievers, study principles of success, converse with ambitious souls, and withdraw from the counsel of the small-minded. Over time, these inputs compound, and the compound interest of thought is wealth in its purest form. Remember, you are the sum total of your dominant thoughts. Choose them with deliberation, invest them with emotion, and act upon them with persistence. Do this, and the invisible forces of the universe will rise in quiet obedience, arranging the conditions, the people, and the resources that transmute silent ideas into tangible abundance. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. It is not a faint wish or a fleeting interest. It is a pulsating, burning obsession that consumes the heart and occupies the mind day and night. Every towering success, every fortune ever created, every monument of greatness you see in this world began first as a desire so intense, so unshakable, that no setback could extinguish it. The majority fail not because they lack talent, resources, or intelligence. They fail because their desires are weak. They wish for success but prepare for failure. They dabble, they drift, and they doubt. But the man who rises above the average, the man who seizes his dream with both hands and refuses to let go, that man has set his heart on fire with desire. You must want your goal with every fiber of your being. You must be willing to pay the price, to sacrifice comfort, to endure hardship, and to persist long after the world has forgotten your dream. Let there be no retreat in your heart. Burn your ships, destroy the bridge behind you, leave yourself no path but forward. The man who does this becomes dangerous to failure. Why? Because he has removed all other options. He has made success the only outcome. Desire must be definite. A vague want will not stir the soul. It must be written, spoken, seen, and felt as if it were already accomplished. Set a specific goal. Know exactly what you want when you want it, and what you are willing to give in return. Then hold that image in your mind like a sacred flame, never letting it flicker, never letting it fade. This desire must dominate your thoughts. It must become the very lens through which you see the world. Every conversation, every opportunity, every obstacle must be filtered through the fire of your goal. This is not obsession in the destructive sense. It is constructive obsession, the kind that channels your energy, disciplines your mind, and awakens sleeping forces within you. History proves this truth. The greatest inventors, entrepreneurs, explorers, and creators were not the most educated or the most gifted. They were the most determined. They were driven by a white, hot desire that refused to die. When doors were slammed shut, they built their own. When others saw limits, they saw new paths. Their desire became a magnet, pulling unseen resources, ideas, and allies into their orbit. Feed your desire daily. Read your goal aloud. Visualize it in vivid detail. Surround yourself with reminders of your mission. Speak as though it is already done, and act with the confidence of one who knows that the outcome is inevitable. Remember this eternal principle. The depth of your desire determines the height of your achievement. Water boils at 212 degrees, not 211. One single degree makes the difference between hot water and steam can power a locomotive. In the same way, 1 extra ounce of desire can ignite the fire that moves mountains. Let your desire burn with such heat that no fear can withstand it, and no dream can escape it. Faith is the alchemy that transforms an intangible idea into tangible gold. Autosuggestion is the steady hand that turns the key in the lock of the subconscious mind. Together they form the twin engines of creation, silently weaving thought into reality. Without faith, desire lies dormant, like a seed denied water. Without autosuggestion, faith drifts aimlessly, like a ship without a rudder. But when faith is fused with repeated, purposeful suggestion, the subconscious awakens, and forces unseen begin to assemble the very circumstances required for your success. Understand this: the subconscious neither reasons nor debates. It accepts every impression you allow to enter, whether born of fear or of courage. It is the fertile soil into which every word, every emotion, every mental picture is planted, and whatever is planted grows. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you are unlucky, untalented, or undeserving, the subconscious will oblige and arrange evidence to confirm it. But if with unshakable faith you declare yourself capable, prosperous, and unstoppable, the same impartial power will marshal people, ideas, and opportunities to prove you right. Faith, therefore, is not a passive hope. It is a resolute conviction that what you seek is already seeking you. It is the inner certainty that your goal exists in the unseen and is moving toward the seen. How is such conviction cultivated? By autosuggestion, by impressing the mind with affirmations, visualizations, and emotions so vivid that the line between imagination and reality dissolves. Begin each day by declaring your purpose aloud. Speak in the present tense with feeling as though your objective is already achieved. I am commanding a thriving enterprise that benefits thousands. I am radiantly healthy and filled with boundless energy. Words charged with emotion become orders to the subconscious. Emotion gives them life. See the details, colors, sounds, textures of your fulfilled desire. Feel the gratitude that would swell in your heart if this vision were already fact. These mental movies, replayed morning and night, saturate the subconscious until it accepts them as instructions to be carried out. Yet true faith does more than speak, it acts. It steps forth even when the pathway is veiled in uncertainty, confident that each stride will reveal the next stepping stone. Action taken in faith sends a powerful signal to the mind: this is real. With every decisive move, belief grows stronger, and the subconscious accelerates its mysterious work of coordination. Guard, too, against the termites of doubt. One skeptical thought, if coddled, can erode the foundation you are building. When disbelief attempts to whisper its poisonous counsel, counter immediately with affirmation: I choose faith, I choose possibility. Starve doubt of attention, and it withers. Feed faith with repetition, and it flourishes. Remember, the world you experience is a mirror reflecting your dominant mental state. Plant faith through persistent autosuggestion, water it with emotion, and harvest the reality that springs forth. Master these twin powers, and you need never again wonder whether circumstance controls you, for you will have learned to mold circumstance itself. Specialized knowledge is the sharp chisel that carves raw marble into a masterpiece. Imagination is the artist's vision that sees the statue hidden within the stone. Possess one without the other, and you hold a tool with no blueprint, or a blueprint with no tool. But wed them, and you possess the means to sculpt fortunes, industries, and futures. Understand, general information, no matter how vast, is little more than a library of uncut gems. Wealth flows to the one who refines knowledge into precise, practical skill, then unleashes imagination to discover novel ways to apply it. Look to every epoch-making breakthrough, electric light, flight, the microchip. Each was fathered by minds that first gathered exact facts of their field, then married those facts to a daring vision unseen by contemporaries. The successful merchant masters the intimate details of supply chains, pricing psychology, and consumer behavior. Then imagination paints a new model of service that delights the public. The thriving physician studies the latest diagnostics, then dreams of a treatment protocol yet untried. Specialized knowledge anchors your ideas in reality. Imagination liberates them from convention. The pursuit must be deliberate. Begin by identifying the precise competency your goal demands. List the books, mentors, courses, laboratories, and apprenticeships that will compress years of trial into months of mastery. Approach experts with humility and hunger. Trade service, curiosity, or capital for their wisdom. Knowledge so gained is not an expense but an investment that pays compounded dividends for life. Yet beware the trap of endless study. Learning must swiftly convert to doing. Each new fact should spark an experiment, each lesson a prototype, for action transmutes knowledge into power. While you accumulate facts, cultivate the faculty to see beyond them. Set aside daily time for solitary thought. In that quiet chamber, let your mind wander across possibilities. How might this process be faster? How could this service reach those ignored? What if two unrelated ideas were combined? Suspend the critic within. Permit the stream of ideas to flow unfiltered. Keep a notebook at hand, for imagination is a shy visitor. It rewards the host who welcomes it promptly. Many a $1,000,000 concept has evaporated because its creator failed to capture it in ink. Feed imagination diverse inputs. Read outside your discipline, travel unfamiliar streets, converse with people of contrasting backgrounds. New stimuli jostle dormant connections, and out of that creative friction a spark ignites. Remember, innovation rarely emerges from isolated brilliance. It is the child of cross-pollination. When an insight arrives, test it swiftly. Build a rough version, present it to the market, gather feedback, refine. Imagination supplies direction, specialized knowledge supplies the method, persistent execution delivers the prize. Guard against the two thieves of progress, arrogance, which declares you already know enough, and fear, which insists novel ideas will fail. The first blocks new knowledge, the second shackles imagination. Counter arrogance with perpetual curiosity, fear with calculated experimentation. Commit to being both student and explorer, ever learning, ever venturing. Thus, by yoking focused expertise to bold creativity, you harness a force capable of reshaping industries and uplifting humanity. Master this union, and you will never wonder where opportunity hides. You will be too busy forging it. Desire, no matter how intense, remains but a flickering flame unless it is harnessed by organized planning and driven by relentless persistence. A man may dream of wealth, influence, or greatness, but without a definite plan of action, his dream becomes a mirage, forever shimmering in the distance, never drawing near. The world does not reward vague ambition. It rewards clear intent, sound preparation, and the will to press forward long after the initial excitement has faded. Every enterprise, great or small, begins with a blueprint. You would not build a house by stacking bricks at random. You would not cross an ocean without a map and a compass, yet countless individuals attempt to achieve success without any plan, merely wishing, hoping, waiting. This is not the way of builders. The person who rises above mediocrity is the one who sits down with pen in hand and constructs a strategy, step by step, brick by brick, hour by hour. He outlines what must be done, who is required, what resources are needed, and when each task will be executed. The clarity of such planning breathes life into a goal, transforming it from fantasy into a pursuit. Yet even the finest plan will encounter resistance. Doors will close, partners will falter, circumstances will shift. This is where most abandon their path. They believe the plan has failed, but in truth they have failed to persist. Remember, no plan is perfect from the beginning. The first plan is seldom the final one. Success is born not from flawless preparation, but from the willingness to adapt, revise, and continue, again and again, until the way is made clear. Persistence is the test of sincerity. If you truly want what you say you want, you will not be easily discouraged. You will not allow a single no to stop you. You will not retreat in the face of delay, criticism, or temporary defeat. You will press forward when others give up. You will look for another path when the road is blocked. You will dig when the treasure is buried deep, while others quit at the first sign of resistance. Persistence is not loud, it is not glamorous, it is quiet, steady, unyielding. It is rising at dawn to work while others sleep. It is enduring failure without surrendering hope. It is acting each day in alignment with your plan, whether you feel inspired or not. This is the character of champions. They do not rely on mood, they rely on discipline. And here lies the secret. As you persist, your plan improves. Each effort teaches. Each obstacle reveals a new angle, a better method, a more efficient route. In time, your plan becomes sharp, streamlined, unstoppable. And what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. So do not wait for the perfect plan. Begin with what you have. Organize your efforts. Move forward with resolve. Adjust when necessary, but above all, persist. For it is not the man with the best idea who wins. It is the man who refuses to stop until that idea becomes reality. Decisiveness is the steel in the spine of achievement, and mastery of the mind is the hand that wields that steel. Between the moment an idea appears and the moment you decide to act, fortunes are won or lost. Most individuals linger in that gap, hesitating, analyzing, second guessing, until the spark of inspiration grows cold. Meanwhile, the decisive man seizes the impulse, converts thought into action, and gains the advantage that hesitation forfeits. Understand, life does not reward the one who considers every possibility. It rewards the one who selects a course and moves with conviction. Indecision is the silent assassin of ambition. It whispers, wait a little longer, gather more facts, see what others think. While you wait, windows of opportunity close, competitors advance, and enthusiasm wanes. Each postponed choice weakens the will until the power to decide atrophies like an unused muscle. The remedy is deliberate, swift decision-making. Train yourself to gather essential facts, weigh them quickly, and choose. Accept that no decision is perfect, but any decision is superior to paralysis. Once chosen, act as if success were guaranteed. Such confidence rallies resources, allies, and circumstances that uncertainty cannot command. Yet decisiveness alone is fragile unless buttressed by mastery of the inner realm. The mind is both engine and saboteur. It will drive you forward with zeal one moment, then flood you with doubts the next. The untrained mind is like a wild horse, spirited, powerful, but prone to bolt at shadows. Mastery means taking the reins. It means directing thoughts instead of being directed by them. Through disciplined repetition of empowering ideas, through visualization of desired ends, through the vigilant eviction of fear and cynicism, you condition the mind to obey your higher aims. Begin each morning with mental calibration. Review your chief objective, affirm your capacity to achieve it, visualize the concrete scene of its fulfillment. In doing so, you establish a mental set point, a dominant vibration that guides perception and behavior throughout the day. When conflicting thoughts intrude, challenge them at once. Does this idea serve my purpose or sabotage it? Retain only what strengthens resolve. Decision strengthens mastery, and mastery, in turn, sharpens decision. When you govern your own thoughts, external events lose their tyranny. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer, setting the temperature rather than merely registering it. Obstacles still arise, but you respond, you do not react. You choose your attitude, select your strategy, and execute without emotional fog. This clarity projects authority. Others sense it and lend their cooperation. History's empire, builders, innovators, and leaders share this trait. They decide quickly and seldom reverse course without compelling evidence. Their minds, habituated to command, brook no endless committee of inner voices debating every move. They listen, weigh, decree. Such firmness magnetizes opportunity, for opportunity prefers a decisive partner. Cultivate this habit relentlessly. Start with small choices, meals, routes, schedules, then expand to larger ventures. Celebrate each prompt decision, for every act of choosing reinforces the identity of one who leads his own life. In time, decisiveness and mental mastery fuse into a single force, an unshakable confidence that bends events to your design and carves your destiny from the raw marble of possibility.